What's up guys, it's your boy Coach Ja. Thanks again for hanging with me. And today we're attacking your chipping, the second shot in your short game toolbox. The chip shot is defined by maximum ground, minimum air. You want to utilize this shot when you are just right off the green on the short grass, or when your ball is sitting up on some light rough, or when you're in a hard pan situation, and of course when you have plenty of room to work with from the edge of the green to the hole. This shot is a low running shot where the ball airs just a tiny bit and rolls the rest of the way to the hole. It is a high percentage shot, and we want to start here because not only that it's the foundation of all of your short game shots, but also the full swing as well. Let's get started right away. Let's get started with the setup first. Let's just talk about what we are looking for with the club. And really you can use any club from your lob wedge all the way to your 4-iron if you like. But for now, let's just start with a pitching wedge. So what I want to see you do is start by holding the club with your trail hand, gripping down on it. There's two things that I want to see you do first. I want to see that handle up and forward. They say that it's 3 or 4 inches up and forward, but it really depends on the shot. So for now, let's just think about getting that handle up a little bit and forward a little bit. This is a really important key. The key that we're going to apply to all of your short game shots is what we call standing to the handle. What I want to see you do is starting to stutter step to the point that that handle is going to be pointing just slightly forward of the middle of your body. What this is going to do is it's going to help simplifying ball position and orientation of body at the setup. And now you can see that I'm actually much closer to the golf ball, and the golf ball is relatively back in my stance. And now you can go ahead and place that lead hand on it. And we recommend that you're going to be using either your putting grip or your full swing grip. So you can see that at the setup, the one unique thing about this particular shot is the fact that your head and a lot of your body is forward and ahead of that golf ball, and you want to keep it that way, of course. You can see that my club shaft is leaning forward, my club head is right behind my handle, my lead wrist is somewhat flat, and my trail wrist has a little bit of that cupped angle into it. Once again, my upper body, my sternum is actually ahead of the golf ball. You can see that my trail shoulder is almost parallel to the ground or slightly higher than the full swing. My stance is going to be around hip width. You can have a little bit of this flare in this lead foot if you like. What it's going to help you do is it's going to help you support the rotation of the torso through the shot without having to straighten out that lead knee and start turning your hip. As far as the motion goes, of course, you should be delivering the golf club at a descending angle. The club shaft is starting forward, and of course at impact it returns in the same position. I like to think that the engine of this shot comes from your rib cage and your upper body rotation. You want to keep that lower body relatively quiet, and you want to start working on that disassociation, moving that upper body without moving that lower body. Here's the second key that we're also going to be applying to all of your short game shots. After you hit this shot, what I want to see is the middle of your sternum pointing relatively left of the target as a right-handed golfer. What we call this is going through with it with that upper body. You want to make sure that you're firing your body so that your hands can stay relatively quiet. If your upper body and your rib cage doesn't rotate through, you're going to really feel a lot of motion and a lot of movement in that hands and wrist. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and execute the shot. Go ahead and grip down on the club, handle up and forward, stutter stepping and standing to the handle, put that lead hand on there. Go ahead and take one quick look to that intermediate target right off the edge of the green, look back and go ahead and strike the shot. And how you're going to be controlling distance is number 1, club selection, number 2, length of swing, and number 3, that pace of the swing. What I want to see from length and speed is let's keep it nice and short and compact and relatively quick. So just like I said, club selection is so important in controlling distance in the chip shot. So let's talk a little ratio. What do I mean? So with today's club and modern law, with the pitching wedge, if you're executing the shot correctly, you should get at least a 1 part air and a 2-part roll with the pitching wedge. It's going to be about 1 to 3 with the 9 iron, 1 to 4 with the 8 iron, and so on. And of course, the way that everybody sets up and deliver the golf club is going to be a little bit different. So don't get too crazy and overly obsessed on this. Start here though. Start by laying a towel down at your intermediate target. Make sure that you're going to be landing the golf ball on that towel with every single club and starting to check how far each ball is rolling out with each golf club. And it's really going to give you a good matrix of club selection. All right, y'all, here's a fault that I see so many golfers do as they're trying to pick up this shot. So of course, after they set up to it, it's actually really weird to be looking back at the golf ball as your head and your upper body feels really ahead of that golf ball. What a lot of golfers do is as they swing back and they're getting ready to deliver the golf club, because this is so uncomfortable, they start to move that head back, and now you're going. If you guys are enjoying the video, smash that like button, follow me on Instagram, and leave me some comments and tell me a little bit about some of the things that you may want to learn from me in some upcoming videos. Thanks so much again. You guys, so where you want to use this shot is when you are just greenside in the short grass area, or when the ball is sitting up in that light rough, or when the ball is slightly on a hard pan situation. You want to see plenty of green space to work with between the edge of the green to the hole. Off big time. So let's go ahead and get started with that setup position right away. Go ahead and grip down on the golf club, handle up and forward. As you stutter step to this shot right here, you can see that I'm actually going to be getting much closer to the golf ball. I'm actually removing that heel of the golf club off of the ground, because as you're leaning that handle forward, you're going to be exposing that leading edge to the ground, and you can really dig into the ground. You're going to be allowing yourself to deliver that golf club downward without getting that club stuck. As this handle is much more up as well. What I want to see with your grip is the fact that your grip is actually relatively a lot more palmier, a lot more in the palms and less in the fingers. You can see that that club shaft is lining up a lot more with my forearms and not creating these two angles with my forearms, like the full swing or high lofted shot. Go ahead and grip it, and just like I said, you can really use your putting grip or your full swing grip if you like. What I see so much off with golfers is as they're setting up with that head so far forward of the golf ball, point of view is so different. A lot of that view causes them to swing that club so far inward. What happens when you do this is most likely you're probably going to be bottoming out behind the golf ball or really delivering that club upward and catching it thin. So right here is what I want to see. All right, guys, handle up and forward, stutter step to the golf club, put that lead hand right on it, making sure that the majority of your pressure is going to be favoring that lead foot. And what I want to see you do is leaving that pressure right there on that lead foot and making sure that you're not going to be backing up that pressure during the shot. Grip the club with that lead hand, look at that intermediate target, go ahead and strike. You can see that the middle of my sternum at the finishing position is going to be relatively left of my target as a right-handed golfer. What's up, guys? I'm Coach Ja, and welcome back to another episode of Don't Do It, Boo. Focus of this segment is to help you eliminate easy mistakes and avoid feeling embarrassed on the golf course. Coach Ja, I was born a bad putter, and I'm always gonna be a bad putter. There's nothing that I can do to change that. Don't do it, boo-boo. Quit having this false preconceived belief that you're a bad putter and there's absolutely nothing that you can do about it. Quit wasting your time